Good afternoon, boys and girls. It is Wednesday, and unfortunately I wasn't able to live stream pre-market because I had an appointment, but we are ready now for market open. So let's start with the news. We had today, I will bring it in English for you. So we had today core durable goods orders, and we see it was positive, so better than expected. The forecast was minus 0.2%, and we had 0.3% positive. And as well, the durable goods orders were as well better than expected. So it should be good for the market, but yes, we have a little bit more risk of inflation and therefore fear of higher interest rates. But if we look back to our previous stream, the expectancies have gone to lower levels, 76%, so below 80% for the next Federal Reserve meeting in just 1 week. So next week, Wednesday, we will have the FOMC interest rate decision, but more than 3/4 are still expecting a 25 basis points rate hike. The probability is overall, no big change here. Still expecting the end of this year to be at 4.5%. And the market was shifting higher yesterday because of good earnings. Where's my chart? Here. Because of good earnings, I will go on a higher time frame, like 15 minutes. So we closed at a low of 12,808 points, but then we went higher 100 points with the good earnings of Microsoft and Google. We just hit VWAP, then were rejected from there, but during the Asian session we went higher to the next Fibonacci level. As you can see, this was the closing from Monday, and now we are going lower again on the US opening here. Let's see if we retest the lows. It's not really strong, the market right now, even if the numbers were pretty good. The most important thing is always the outlook, and we can still see this recession even if the previous numbers for the last quarter were better than expected. So let's see Euro US dollar shifting back to the upside and making new highs. So normally it's a good sign for the market overall when the euro is strong and US dollar is weaker. I'm losing on my position right now, but still staying in it because I'm expecting when the market will drop, we will probably see something like yesterday here with the big shift back to the downside here. And what else is interesting? First Republic is really interesting. We talked about it yesterday with the big spike here to the upside before. Just zoom in a little bit because of this big drop. This big spike here to the upside to $16.85, and look at what happened yesterday. After the earnings, there was a big push to the downside because they lost, I think it was 100 billion in deposits. And now they have to figure out how to solve this issue because they need more liquidity, and therefore the stock is dropping further. I went in with an options position. I talked about it that I want to buy in around 10, but I was a little bit too early, even if I bought at 8.50 some stocks on my high risk portfolio, and I sold some 5 strike puts. And I got $1.70 for the 5 strike puts expiring in June. But we see we made lower lows today. So the lowest point was $5.55. So this was a big drop from yesterday, 30% drop. We are trading at $6.75 right now. But you never know if this bank will make it alone on its way, or if another one is buying their assets, like with Silicon Valley Bank. So it's a story which hasn't ended yet, but let's have a look at the options. So you see the implied volatility here was above 300% implied volatility per year. So this is really big. And today we are at near 400% implied volatility. So you see the risk of bankruptcy here for First Republic. If you would trade June options like I did here, you see the 5 strike put is now trading at 215 to 230. So the probability is just 19% that we will be below $5 on June 16th, but you will get a high premium. This is half almost half of the strike here, what you will get as premium. So your break even would be here at $2.70 if you would get these $2.30 here. And this is really interesting because everyone is in fear now, and you see this high implied volatility above 300%. Therefore, you can still make money even if the stock is dropping back to $3. So you would still make money if you would get these $2.30. As stock is halted right now, yeah, maybe they will announce soon something. You never know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, it has dropped too far now since the opening, and therefore it's in a volatility halt. Let's see if it can turn to the upside again like it did yesterday with several halts, but it's never a good sign to drop too low. You see here were several halts yesterday, and then the stop came back a little bit. But yeah, not a good sign with the bad news from First Republic Bank here. Yeah, market, let's see our Nasdaq levels. What is important here? So we dropped to 12,801 point. So right at the psychological 12,800 level. And I just said to a friend, yeah, I'm asking myself if I should close my shorts and wait for higher levels to come to re-enter them. And right after the bell, we saw this spike of more than 100 points, and it was too late. But we often see this. At the end of the month, we often see an inflow into the stock market, and especially before the FOMC meetings, we see a long run here. So therefore I wanted to get out of my shorts, but I missed it right just by a couple of minutes, and now I'm sticking to my trade because it's still looking pretty short here, especially if we go to the ES future. So here for the S&P 500, you see we went below the parabolic. So the parabolic is now sitting above and indicating an early downtrend. Of course, we can still go back, but it's indicating a downtrend. And you see the ADX has already crossed, indicating a downtrend. So this is a good sign. Therefore, I want to stick to my swing trade short here for Nasdaq. Yeah, for Tesla, we are near the support levels here, still sitting at $157.50. I have no position here. Crude oil now closed the gap, as you can see. Low point was $76.04, so almost closed, yeah, just 20 cents maybe. But I would say it is closed, and the target is reached. I talked about the short trade when we were sitting here at $83. I still believe that we can see lower levels within a recession, but for sure we will first bounce here when the gap is closed. Then what else do we have? Nvidia. I want to see my Nvidia because I have an open put, a long put, a 230 strike long put. Yes, with the good numbers from Microsoft, this stock is going higher again. Let's just see outside regular trading hours, so we can see what happened yesterday after the bell. Here you see this was the closing, and then with the good numbers from Google and Microsoft, Nvidia rose again here. This was a 2.9%, and yeah, we are trading higher today, 2.3%, but my puts are still making money. I was in the green 40% yesterday, and it's still working. My main price target is, I will show you on a weekly time frame, is $200 here, but I would probably sell some of these long puts here at around 220, or maybe earlier if I see that we will get problems getting to lower levels here. We have the earnings in mid-May, so there's still some time for the earnings, but you see the rising implied volatility here with the blue line. This is good for my long put because higher implied volatility means higher premium in the options, and here I bought a put option with a 230 strike expiring in June. So waiting for the break below the previous low points here. For now it's just sideways trading, but it's looking pretty good for my Nvidia short. Then we have natural gas. Yeah, natural gas as well. Interesting here. Now looking at the June future, So we were hitting the $2 level on May future. This one had its low at $2.14. So we see a contango situation because the next expirations in natural gas are priced a lot higher here. There's a difference of 18 cents between May and June future. But we are coming back right now. So I closed my May positions yesterday. All my short puts were closed at a profit target of 80%, and my long future positions were closed with a small negative minus here, but I want to re-enter long natural gas futures, but I'm waiting for the price to find its bottom. Maybe we'll retest here the 220 area, then I can re-enter with a better risk-reward ratio here. For now, it's just a lower high point and we are trading below the previous low point here. Therefore, I'm waiting if this is just a retest of the previous low or if we will go to lower levels. No position in natural gas right now, but still potential to go back to the 275 here or even higher. And yeah, there is another position. I opened some more puts here in First Republic. Let's see if so. The hold is over now, but you see 400% implied volatility, and I got $2.30 for a 5-strike put expiring in June. So let's see. This is just a big bet here from my side, but yeah, just on a smaller portfolio, which is used for some of these bets, these kind of bets. Sometimes I take some risky trades, but I don't just it's like gambling, and therefore I don't want to trade it on my normal portfolio. Yeah, let's move on with the other futures we have here. Yeah, let's first have a look at WIX. So WIX is still on low levels after the good earnings. We had high points yesterday of 19.8, but went to lower levels after the market closed with the good earnings. And yeah, today we had high points of 19.6, but still below the 20 level. So this seems to be a small level where the price, where the fear was rejected here. But I have a long call position here in VIX, therefore I will profit when the fear is rising. So the same like shorting Nasdaq, I'm long in volatility in VIX. Then gold is just trading sideways around the $2,000 level, 2015 right now, with previous high points at 2036 2 weeks ago. And if we look on the daily time frame, yeah, it's just a sideway trending here. It will probably find its direction when the Federal Reserve meeting is over and when we see the next projections. But in my opinion, the gold price will go to lower levels when we see a recession, especially with lower stock prices and maybe a higher valued US dollar. The gold prices will struggle and go to lower levels here. Yes, then we have sugar. Let's see sugar. I have now a July future because the May future is expiring this week. And here we see we had a new high point today, 26.38. So still pushing to the upside, not finding its high point. Let's see where the final high will be. You see this big volume here. So we had pushes to the upside with bigger volume. And yeah, so therefore it's not over yet. But I'm pretty sure that we will see a big drop here. After we saw this big rise, then we will see a drop maybe even faster with limit downs. Here in sugar, we just have to wait for it to come. I entered a little bit early, a short call, a 30 strike short call on sugar. So I didn't get the best prices here, but we can see this was the May future. And you see this one rose to 27.07 today. Yeah, and I opened, do I have the chart here? No, I closed it already. But I opened some short calls on sugar here in June, July expiration. And there I got 72 cents today at the opening at 9:30 a.m. for the 30 strike call. And now it's sitting at 46 to 50 cents. So you see, even if the sugar price is rising further, I can make money just by implied volatility drop. dropping, because the fear is getting out of the options market, and therefore I can make money with a short call. And this is sometimes more interesting to have more dimensions in trading than just trading the direction of the movement of the stock or the underlying, like here sugar is rising to the upside, but I can profit from the time passing by or even the implied volatility going to lower levels. Then orange juice still on my watch list here, dropping a little bit today, but we are still on high levels. This is July future now. We are in the zone here. You see, rejected again from the highs yesterday. Almost the same high yesterday, 280.75, previous time 280.52, and we were rejected, dropping now, probably retesting the low again, 265, and then I will see if we will finally break the zone, and then I can take on my short trade here then in July futures. So it's not interesting to trade the options on orange juice because they are not really liquid, therefore I will stick to the futures and trade orange juice futures as soon as we trade outside of this zone here. Then is there another stock? Yeah, if you have another stock you want me to analyze, just write it down in the chat. German DAX struggling a little bit this week, but still at high levels, as you can see. So we made lows today of 15,325, but went back above 15,800. Just sideways trading, so it is phase 2 of a reversal, but we can still test the 16,000 level and the previous high points at 16,300. You never know, but for now it's just sideways trading. And yeah, it can be interesting for a short, but I would wait for a clear reversal here. Wheat prices, I still have a position in wheat, a long position. So we had an interesting candle yesterday with a nice doji here. So maybe this can form a hammer candle today. But yeah, we have to wait for the settlement, the final settlement today. And then maybe we can see higher prices again. There was no breakout to the upside, as you can see here. And the prices dropped. But yeah, I'm still 50% in the green with my short put. Just my short call is in the red. I have a 700 strike long call. And I'm waiting for higher prices to come. Because the Russians want to set higher prices. And yeah, they will probably block the discussions about the deliveries from Ukrainian havens, and therefore this can cause a big and heavy movement to the upside, like we have seen here in these 4 trading days. This was just a 10% move in 4 trading days, and this can happen pretty fast mid-May when they will discuss about the new conditions from delivering from Ukrainian havens over the Black Sea, and yeah, this will be interesting in the next 2 weeks to watch here. Yes, I think we have gone over all major indexes. Just discuss the next important levels for Nasdaq again. So I already told you 12,750, the next Fibonacci level, is the important level for me. My main target will sit here, 12,566. But yeah, there was a previous low point here, 12,634, which can also be interesting. So we have already seen 12,800 yesterday as a low point. So of course it will be important again. It was around psychological level, but I believe we will next test 12,750 and then the lower level, especially after the FOMC meeting next week, Wednesday, because we have closed below the previous low, and therefore we are now clearly in a downtrend. So with ADX showing a downtrend, parabolic showing a downtrend, we are below 9 EMA, below 20 EMA. So every indicator is showing us that this is a downtrend. And even if we had good earnings from the tech companies, Microsoft and Google, they didn't manage to get above 13,000 points again. And we are still trading at low levels. And therefore, I believe that it's just a matter of time when we will sell below the previous low points here. Activision Blizzard, yes, let's see this one, ATVI. So I think the the merger was blocked by the British government, but let's see what is happening here. So this one is interesting. So it's dropping today. I think there are earnings tomorrow after the close. Stock is down 8% today, but implied volatility already dropping. I haven't read the news yet, but yeah, maybe it's because of the earnings tomorrow or because of this merger and acquisition from Microsoft. Yeah, it's interesting what will happen here. So we will probably get soon a decision. I don't know if there will be a big movement from the earnings, as long as we have this takeover price here in play. I cannot remember what the price was, but I think it was around 90, 92 or something like this. And therefore the stock will probably settle here around this level. And as soon as the decision is made in Great Britain, then we will see if this merger is gone through or if the stock will drop to lower levels if Microsoft is not allowed to take over Activision Blizzard here. So it's not really interesting to trade it for me, but yeah, maybe for one of you it can be interesting to speculate on the takeover price here. So the market is still believing that this deal is going through, therefore we are trading near the takeover price. But you see, as soon as the fear is coming back that this deal will bust, then the stock can drop pretty heavy and pretty fast here. Okay, back to ES future, and then I can close the live stream when we have gone through everything here. So the next target for ES future and S&P 500, we have almost gone to the previous high point, which was here 4,074 points. Low yesterday was 4,091, so just a few points missing here. But yeah, this was the previous high point, should act as a smaller support like we have seen in Nasdaq with the Fibonacci levels. And I can draw some Fibonacci lines here as well. Let's just use it. And then we see we are below this Fibonacci level, acting now as a resistance. Next target is here, 4,059 points. And then the next target should be the 50% level and the 200 SMA level, right at the 4,025 points. So this is the target I believe that we will see in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Of course, we can see more volatility here during the earnings session, but yeah, it's clearly showing a downtrend now. ADX has crossed, parabolic is showing a downtrend, and we are below all the moving averages. Therefore, it's more bearish than it is bullish right now. Okay, hope I could give you some nice insight. If you liked it, then please leave me a like for this stream here. And if you haven't done so far, please subscribe to my channel. We will meet probably tomorrow again for the next news. Let's just see the economic news for tomorrow and then shut down this live stream here. Tomorrow we will have GDP for the first quarter and initial jobless claims. So I will try to live stream at 2:30 p.m. This is 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then we can meet again and discuss the markets. Yeah, one more time this week. And thank you for watching again. Have a nice trading day and some nice profits. We will meet us tomorrow again if you want so. Goodbye.